Okay guys, I've been taking a break, you probably noticed, all week. Just decided to slow my YouTube content down a little bit, have a little bit of a break. And tonight I was thinking, let me do some tinkering. Now I was having a bit of a trouble fixing one of my X16 batteries. The plug came undone, and I was trying to solder that back to the original banana plug and had no success. So I've ordered some banana plugs to resolder the wires of that LiPo. And I got to looking at this recent Aomway VTX that I bought. It's a switchable one. I've had it for about a month now. And I initially thought that it was powered by a one-cell battery, but it wasn't working with any one-cell batteries. So I looked on the instruction manual, and it actually takes a two-cell power supply, 4.8 to 24 volt. It's a switchable one, 200 milliwatt, 90 and 25, switchable. So I was like, I've got to use this new camera, you know. I bought it to use on one of my birds, so got to make the most of it and start using it. So got me thinking, well, I need a two-cell to power it, just like this. So what a better way to utilize that camera than permanently fit it to one of my birds. And I've decided to do it with the new Feilun here, the Fx176C2 that I've been making videos on in past weeks. So I decided to undo it. All the screws, there's plenty of screws there. I've got all the bits here, some sachet bags, so I don't lose them. It's pretty late here tonight, so going on midnight, so I'm not going to actually finish this tonight, but I'll give you a look inside of the Feilun, and you'll probably be a bit surprised actually what you see. The GPS module is actually inside this dome, which I was surprised about. So I'll pause this for a second and let's have a look inside. Okay guys, so I'll just move this out of the way. So once you undo it, this is really fragile, by the way, alright? So if you've got one of these, it's like really paper thin. Just be careful if you're undoing it. Okay, so just be aware of that. Yeah, when you open it up, I just flipped it here. You got all the plugs in here. I'm not going to undo them. Okay. One's for the GPS, as you can see, one's for the GPS module going through into the antenna there. Okay. You got this one here. You take this sticky insulator, which is stuck on there pretty loosely, really. You've got the altitude hold chip just there. Okay, it's got a little sponge in there. Also, I noticed the antenna's quite a good one. It's an omnidirectional, and it's hot glued just here in the body, in one of the arms. So the rear, this is forward facing, so the rear left arm, it's under there. So what I might do is actually get that outside the shell as well while I've got this open and I'm doing other mods to it for the FPV system. So I might just release that and drill a hole in there somewhere and extend that outside. As you can see, the battery bay is huge for such a small quad. That's why these bigger LiPos can easily fit in it, like I've mentioned in my other previous videos. You don't have to use this little 700 milliamp stock one. This is the actual stock one without that plastic cage thing on it. Okay, so it just slips in there. But yeah, I've fitted 1100 milliamp ones and 1200 milliamp ones, not a problem. Okay, so your little motors here, you know, just standard run of the mill. They're probably like X5C motors, they look like it. They look similar to them anyway. Okay, and there's the board in there. So what I'm going to do is get the power source from the power cable here and solder the FPV wires that power the FPV camera. Those two there. I'm not going to use the audio one because that's the white one. Okay. I'm not really clued up on how to hook up audio ones anyway, but anyway, I'm just going to hook those two, positive and negative, to the board, solder it. I've got to take the cage off by the looks of it, obviously. That's just a few screws on the side here, in there. Okay, and yeah, I'll take this off. I've taken the screws off for it. Let me see, I'm doing this one-handed, okay. Let me just pause it for a second and I'll show you the module. So as you can see, the GPS module is in fact in the little mushroom antenna. So there you go. It's not a fake mushroom antenna like most of these quads that you see, like the X16 and some other ones out there. On the X16, the GPS module's in the actual bird itself, but no. Feilun had decided to put it actually in the mushroom. It's just underneath, oops, it's just underneath this cap that's on the roof of the quad, and there's just three little screws that hold it in place. So I might leave this part of the video for tonight. It's getting pretty late, I'm getting a bit tired. And I'll continue finishing this bird off tomorrow with the FPV setup. I'm thinking about putting it up at the front here, just to keep it away from the mushroom there, the GPS module. Just might stick it there with hot glue. Pass the wires through this section here, where the wires to the GPS module go, and then pass them through to the soldering points on the board. So whenever I power up the bird, because it takes a 2-cell, once I flick the on and off switch, once I flick the on switch, it'll power up the camera at the same time. So full-time FPV. Okay guys, well, so thanks for tuning in so far, and you'll see the second part of this video. Alright guys,